All right, lately, more and more people seem to be falling victim to phone scams. Has it happened to you yet? Yet. The calls come from fraudsters who are very convincing because they often know a lot about you.
Yeah, they say that you or someone you know is in serious trouble. That's how it often starts. And to get out of it, you've got to pay them money. Joining us this morning with the latest scam circulating right now and how you can protect yourself is Lnance Ulanoff, U.S. editor and in-chief at Tech Radar. And Lance, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Before we do, we talk about these scams. A lot of them start this way. Listen to this phone call.
We have seen a recent order number, AMZ0987, of iPhone 11 Pro on your account, which is billed on your card attached to your Amazon account. The amount charged in $1,499. We noticed some suspicious activity on your account, so we have put on hold to this transaction. Please press 1 now. And to report, please press 2. Thank you.
And that's the most common one it starts with, because everybody has an Amazon account, or most people.
Yeah. Who doesn't shop on Amazon?
Right.
Like, everybody shops on Amazon. It's the world store, and so they know right away that's their first step. That's how they get in, because they know that you're going to respond to that. By the way, option 1, option 2, go to the same place, a bad place. That you need to, when these calls happen, and you'll notice they sort of keep taking you along, you need to slow the process down, back up, because they're going to try to get you to the next step, to get information from you, to get you to call a number, to get you to open an account, to get you to start sharing information. So you need to slow it down and start asking them questions, and then really you need to check your own account by yourself.
Well, we want to talk about some of the scams that people know your information already, but just to finish up on that one, is the easiest thing, it's easy for me to sit here and go,
right,
I don't answer a number I don't recognize, or if I get that, I just hang up. But a lot of people, you see that and you go, oh my God, my information has been compromised. What should you do in that situation?
Right. Well, when they call you, first of all, you can do exactly that. You can hang up. But you have to, after that moment, hang up. What you should do is check your own account. Right?
Just to make sure it's not real?
You go in, log into your account by yourself. Do not give them the information to log into your account, because that's all they've been waiting for.
So I have to ask you, because this kind of started because I had a family member who received a phone call in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, from an account she thought was her father, with her father's nickname and photo. Now, not the photo that's currently on his profile, but on another photo of him. Now, how do you decipher? I mean, this is somebody who has information.
Well, I'm so glad you said that, information. What do we do every day online? We drop information all over the place. Social media, it's constant. We've been doing it for 20 years. We've been on Facebook. We've been giving away information. And it is not just information that is general, it's specific to us. You must assume that these people, these scammers, know everything about you.
Okay, how did they get your social security number? Because you have a whole thing on how not to get fooled. Right. Assume all your personal details are out there. So I guess that includes social security number?
It can, or it can certainly include a piece of it, because they had a piece of her social security number, not the whole thing. But there's a thing called the dark web, and the dark web is really just a part of the internet you can't see, but it's where the people who have hacked data, huge stores of data, have gone through it and have pulled out information they can use to attempt some of these scams. So please assume that even the most specific thing they say about you, they just found it. They don't actually know you, and they are never, ever trying to help you.
Is there any reason to believe any phone call you get from someone you don't know? I mean, because it sounds like if they say they're Amazon, if they've got your social security number, whatever it is, they probably got it somewhere else.
I feel like every answer here is going to be no.
Right. Yeah.
Don't assume that it is someone you know. It is these numbers. Every single time you see a number you don't know, don't pick it up. Just to avoid it. Now, you can block that number, but I will say the fact is they keep creating new numbers. And if it is a number you do know, sadly, that also might not be someone you know.
Are there any cases where you're actually going to get a call, whether it's from Amazon or your bank or whatever? I mean, is that how they reach out to you if they need to?
No, not typically. No, they really don't. And a lot of times they'll use snail mail. Like your bank will send you something in the mail. All right, so there is, and also when you work with your bank, usually you have set up things so they can reach you in the case of a fraud alert, right? So that's set up, and they tell you, you know, you're not supposed to then click on a link and act on it. They're telling you to go check your own account in case they see something. The difference is with all of these scams, they're always trying to get you to call them. And, you know, one of the things that I wanted to mention is when they tell you during the process, and even the process with that young woman, when they tell you to call a number, never call a number they have supplied to you. Ever. When you want to get to your bank, to your Amazon account, to whatever is important to you, you go to the source. You go back to a number that you have, or you go back to the website, but do not use the number they gave to you because that is part of the scam.
Huh. Now, what happens if you get a phone call and they're talking about the safety of some member of your family?
Right.
What do you do?
Well, you really start by, again, backing up and contacting that family member yourself. Now, you understand that sometimes people are unavailable for any number of reasons. Contact someone else in your family. Contact someone close to them. Do not take it for the word of a scammer or somebody who just called you and said that, because, again, if they present you with a photo, even their voice, even video, all of it could have been created by AI.
So one thing you also say is have a safe word.
Yeah.
So every family should have a safe word.
There's something that you say, all right, you know, what did you could ask the question?
Put this person on the phone and ask it.
Ask the question, which, by the way, they will never put them on the
I'm
phone.
saying, but that
right.
could make sure
you can
that
ask,
it's
right, if
not
they're
them.
able to write. And so you'd have the word. But again, this is something, so you have a safe word, right? Don't ever share that information on social media. Don't even share it digitally. It's something, the next time you have a family gathering, you all sit down, you decide on it, you know it, and that's it.
It's basically anything you put in writing or digitally, you got to assume someone's going to find it.
Yeah, you should not assume that any of your digital information is safe. Don't put information out there you don't want. Don't put information about your children out there you don't want. You see a lot of people don't share photos of their kids online, and they do that for a specific reason because they know that it can possibly be used. They blur it out, whatever they do, they don't put it out there.
Lance, I've heard like the craziest scams going on. I've had more people that I just, I'm like, this is a smart person. How did this person get scammed like this?
And why is it so big right now?
Yeah.
Well, we've reached a threshold where all of our data is online now. Like we've been constantly working toward that, but the tools have become far more sophisticated. And it is not just some random individual doing the scam. It is often a business, organized crime. It's countries that operate to do this because, one, sometimes they're just trying to scam to get the money. Other times they're trying to scam to get control of a company or to get into our infrastructure. So all of these things, you know, cyber terrorism, cyber war is the future because that's the most dangerous thing because we're all connected to technology. So because they use social engineering to break through our defenses, our personal defenses, our corporate defenses, the best defense is being smart about it and knowing and understanding what the risks are and not sharing any of these things, your full name, your home address, your social security number, passwords, anything like that, photos, images that you don't want out there, don't share them.
Is there a place to go to get recourse? Do you go to the police station, the FBI?
Right.
Is there a website where you can delete all your information? What can you do?
I mean, you can go to there's a government website, you know, us.gov. You can go there. You can go to the FTC. You can go. There are sites like Kaspersky that cover. It's a cybersecurity firm, and they cover a lot of this, and they kind of guide you on how to kind of get out of it. Better Business Bureau to immediately investigate who is this entity and is this a trustworthy party. So there are sites like that, and there are tools that you can use, but the tools only work as far as you are smart about what you're sharing and what you're doing. And when that phone call comes, again, I'll say the same thing, slow it down. Don't let them speed you up into a brick wall where you lose everything. Just keep backing up, slowing down, take notes, back away and say, you know what, I'm going to call this person directly. And by the way, when you say that and you hang up on them, they probably will never call you again until some other scammer comes.
It's easy to sit here when we're not emotional. When you get that phone call, sometimes you get wrapped up in emotion, and that takes you over the cliff.
That's it. That's it. It's how. I know all about this, and yet when I get that text and I see something from Chase Bank, from Amazon, there is a moment of anxiety.
Right.
And by the way, I have played with these people. I have purposely called them to see exactly what they do, to understand what they're going to try and ask for.
You got a lot of time on your hands, Lance.
Part of my job.
You're trying to fool them now.
I always go back to, if you don't recognize the number, don't answer.
Good
Because
call.
they'll leave a message if it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my
All right.
take.
Lance Ulanoff.
You gave us some great information.
Yeah,
Thank you, Lance.
wealth of information.
All right.
All right, appreciate it.